Today, you're going to see how the true killing machine, called Spinosaurus, was so feared that it scared even the T-Rex. Imagine a predator so unbeatable that if it were alive today, it could destroy everything we know. Stay until the end, because you'll discover what made Spinosaurus the nightmare of all other dinosaurs. What you're about to see will forever change the way you see dinosaurs. The Spinosaurus wasn't just big, it was colossal. At around 18 meters in length, this dinosaur was a giant compared to others. It was larger than the famous T-Rex, and its presence was something that commanded respect and, more importantly, fear. But what made Spinosaurus even more terrifying wasn't just its impressive size. What made it a machine of destruction was its ability to hunt in two different environments, on land and in water. It wasn't limited to one territory like other predators. It dominated both forests and rivers, making it unbeatable in any situation. And when it hunted, there was no escape. Imagine for a moment that your prey, whether a large fish or even a small land dinosaur, you're at the edge of a river, feeling safe, maybe even distracted. Suddenly, a huge shadow begins to move beneath the water. Before you can even realize it, the Spinosaurus's jaws close around you with impressive speed. Its teeth, long and sharp as knives, were designed to grab slippery prey. No matter how hard you try to swim or escape, it will catch you. But Spinosaurus wasn't limited to the water. It was also unbeatable on land, attacking its prey with surprising agility for its size. It had everything: strength, speed, and a hunting instinct like no other. What made Spinosaurus an even more lethal predator was its unique anatomy. Its long, narrow head, resembling that of a crocodile, wasn't just an aesthetic feature. It made it extremely efficient at capturing aquatic prey. Imagine a 6-meter-long fish trying to escape. There would be no chance. Spinosaurus could approach silently and, with lethal precision, grab its prey with terrifying speed. And don't think that Spinosaurus only hunted in the water. When it was on land, it was still a formidable predator. Its limbs, adapted for swimming, were also powerful for running, allowing it to reach surprising speeds for a dinosaur of its size. Now, if you think that Spinosaurus was just big and strong, think again. It wasn't just another carnivore. It was an incredibly intelligent and adaptable hunting machine. It didn't limit itself to hunting easy prey. Spinosaurus was a fierce and determined hunter. It knew how to use its environment to its advantage, and its ability to attack by surprise made it a nightmare for any living creature that crossed its path. It ruled the rivers, but also knew how to move quickly through complicated terrain, such as swamps and forests. The other dinosaurs of its time knew that Spinosaurus wasn't a common adversary. They feared it. This included the feared T-Rex, which, despite its powerful jaws and immense strength, couldn't compete with Spinosaurus in its natural habitat. Spinosaurus had a unique advantage over other predators: the ability to hunt in environments where others couldn't. When the T-Rex tried to approach a river or lake, where Spinosaurus ruled, it couldn't compete. Spinosaurus had the advantage of mobility and agility in the water, where the T-Rex simply couldn't keep up. This meant that Spinosaurus had a strategic advantage over all other carnivores of its time. And while the T-Rex ruled the land, Spinosaurus was the master of the waters. It knew that by diving into rivers and lakes, it could easily escape any confrontation with other predators. It was agile and fast, moving through the water with a dexterity that left other dinosaurs speechless. This ability allowed Spinosaurus to quickly retreat from a confrontation, and at the same time, made it an unbeatable predator. Its focus, its ability to hunt both on land and in the water, made it a killing machine. And unlike other dinosaurs, which had to hunt in limited areas, Spinosaurus could strike where no one else could. This control over the environments it lived in was one of the reasons why Spinosaurus was the most feared predator. It didn't just attack its prey with immense force, it also knew how to adapt to its environment, making it a perfect hunter. No one, not even the T-Rex, was safe when Spinosaurus was nearby. It knew that its survival depended on its ability to control both worlds, the terrestrial and the aquatic. This made it virtually invincible. Now imagine a world where the Spinosaurus was still alive, a predator so feared, so unbeatable, controlling the rivers and forests. Imagine the impact this would have had on the ecosystem. If it were out there, there would be no place to hide. The Earth would be a place where Spinosaurus ruled, and all other living creatures would live in fear of its presence. But the good news is that Spinosaurus is no longer with us. It lived during the Cretaceous period and went extinct millions of years ago. And as much as it may seem like something from the past, its extinction was a great blessing for all of us. Now imagine what it would be like to live alongside a predator like Spinosaurus, a creature with immense size, superior abilities, and an insatiable hunger for hunting. If Spinosaurus were among us, how could life be? How could the planet adjust to a creature that controls both rivers and forests? But fortunately, this is not our world. Spinosaurus is extinct, and that was a huge blessing for all of us. But here's what many don't know. Spinosaurus wasn't just a beast that dominated the Cretaceous. Recently, scientists have started discussing a fascinating theory, something that could have changed the history of the Earth if Spinosaurus hadn't gone extinct. What you may not know is that if Spinosaurus had survived to this day, it could have evolved in such a surprising way that it would completely alter the current ecosystem. Imagine this: Spinosaurus, an already incredible predator, adapting to modern times. The most intriguing theory being debated is that if Spinosaurus had continued to evolve, it could have become an even deadlier predator, perhaps even adapting to life in large cities or urban environments. That's right, this aquatic and terrestrial monster, an unbeatable predator in ancient times, could have turned into an even greater threat. It would have learned to hunt more intelligently, perhaps adapting to our modern world in unexpected ways. Sounds like science fiction, right? But according to some research, Spinosaurus could have developed completely new evolutionary traits. It could have learned to survive in a world dominated by humans, perhaps even hunting with more sophisticated techniques. Changes in the environment could have shaped its adaptation in ways that would make it a predator capable of interacting with the world in ways we can't even imagine. Imagine this for a moment. A modern Spinosaurus, perhaps going into urban areas, attacking prey with more intelligence, adapting to new environments. It would have become the ultimate super predator, perhaps even evolving to hunt strategically, using human-made structures to its advantage. We're not talking about an animal that merely survives, but a predator that could dominate any environment without limits, without rivals. Now think of the consequences for humanity. If Spinosaurus had evolved into this new type of super predator, it could have been a real threat to cities, agriculture, and even people. It would no longer just be a matter of escaping to water or land. It would be a constant battle against a creature with even more perfected hunting skills. Its presence would completely change our relationship with nature. A monster that, in some way, could be more dangerous than any modern predator. This is the kind of revelation that few imagine, but it truly reveals the adaptability of Spinosaurus and the impact it would have had on our world if it had survived. And that's why its extinction was, in fact, a huge stroke of luck for all of us. If it were alive today, we'd be living under the constant threat of a predator that could evolve in ways we never imagined. Today, you now understand how dangerous it would have become. Not just a predator from the past, but a modern super predator, capable of adapting to the times and becoming a global threat. Spinosaurus teaches us an important lesson about the limits of evolution and just how lucky we are that we don't have to deal with it in today's world.